This fight was insane. I don't get it. How the toy made it just caught real guys. Just like in the shoot rocks. I mean, hard rocks. That's it. He chilled straight. Look at him, he has a black eye. How's he have a black eye? He's green. Never let Goku know he's stronger than you. Never let Superman know he's stronger than you. Never let that man, oh by golly, whatever you do not let that man know he's stronger than you. And now, we have a new face in the Mount Rushmore of aura forming goats. The youngin who stayed 16 forever and more than Den knows he's stronger than you. Boy, Dan Boy Wonder, as usual, go watch the usual video. The link will be in the description if you don't hear me, yeah? I don't know, whenever these three demons, diamond heads, they big, and 4 arms, boy, got it on the screen. This man will be one of the most disrespectful sexual attackers to grace our screens.
There are few characters in fiction that ever get the Halter title as strongest. Even when some do, they never truly make you believe that they are. There's a reason why characters like Batman,
conversation,
Goku are as glazed as they are, because you can't tell them that they aren't the strongest whenever they're in the room. Because if you do,
Goku is always
disrespectful. These characters are the main example, as whenever they're the main focus, they always display true dominance. That same level of dominance can also be seen.
Thing I will say, Goku does always read extreme depth. Like people say Goku has, some people say Goku has armor or something. He's actually dying. He never know depths as a punch. That's like Superman. Whenever he crashes out, he actually does know that. Goku is like very stronger by a little bit, but he will disrespect the fuck out of you.
Ben 10, whether he's 10, 16, or 40, people don't call
10,
him
16 or 16 for 4 seasons or 40.
For no reason. Because when Ben remembers that he
I did not like the choice of Ben though.
The other Ben 10,000
will say more fun.
Honestly, hurt more than when anyone else might do it, because Ben likes to talk a lot of shit. Shout out to Zepfire as this idea came from his series of Never Lit videos. He also reacted to one of my videos and followed me on Twitter, so go show him some love. You know, the originator, he's the culture, as he always says. Before Ben even got iced out with the Omnitrix, his dog was already on full display. One of his first ever character moments literally sees him running up on Cash and JT to get him to stop bullying some other random kid. He of course does get folded, but this shows that Ben has that dog trait of never running from fade. Ben was always on go in classic, especially.
I feel like a lot of 2000 protagonists were like that. I remember like, Mr. Stark. I'm kidding. I love Tom Spider-Man, but it's like nowadays everyone's like whiny brats or something. Like back then they were on smoke time, but I didn't really grow up on anime. I grew up on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ben 10, Spider-Man, the Batman show. I grew up on those. All of them were just on smoke time all the time, bro.
Now, 4 Arms is one of those aliens that whenever Ben turns into him, you can tell that Ben genuinely feels unfuckable. The first time we see him use 4 Arms, he starts
this dumbass wanted 4 Arms in like underwater missions. Why?
Putting the hands on a reanimated mammoth and then just swinging it like a damn Beyblade. Like this is only his second time with the Omnitrix, and he's moving like this. Then fast forward a season later, we see him start going at it with the god of death. That's right, Ben fought the literal god of death. And it's not like he stumbled into the fight on accident. No, Ben challenged him. You have to have some real gauchos on you to challenge the god of death. And what's even crazier is that he wins. They end up having a quick squabble that ends in forms legit knocking him out. That's right, Ben knocks out the god of death.
Dude, this is why kids nowadays watch TikTok. I feel so bad for it. They just don't the cartoons don't have aura like ours, bro. This was so different. I generally think 2000 had the best cartoons.
Yes, like I know your favorite has never been
easily
best
like cartoons.
To be honest, I don't know what's crazier though. Ben beating the Mayan god of death or like Max strangling the god of death. I don't know. That Tennyson DNA might be up there with Kryptonian or Saiyan DNA. I just know Ben loved it whenever he got lined up against the circus freaks, because they were like the definition of fodder to him. That or Ben hated Ghost Freak so much that when he possessed one of them, he saw it as an opportunity to cause some real harm, because he was treating Thumbskull like a crash test dummy. He started off the fight with a full-on command grab and turned him into a human wrecking ball, using to remodel the school courtyard. The funniest bit of this fight though is when Ben effortlessly knocks out Acid Breath and sends Thumbskull flying with one arm. Like he genuinely
he has an acidic breath. That dude is just me when I first woke up in the morning. That taco should have given him a CTE. This motherfucker didn't have no
first
rule.
Encounter with them. When he handled all 3 of them as
I
upgrade
really
with the
love
baseball
upgrade.
Getting taken down
God,
like
he
this
was
is more
so
embarrassing
cool.
than getting bit
I think
by
it's the second
forearms,
favorite
if you ask
alien.
me.
For
Fright
sure.
Wig honestly gets it the worst with how she gets
Actually,
like
maybe
restrained in her
first.
own
I
head after getting
really
hit by
love
2
upgrade.
balls. Now, like that though, this is a kid show. Y'all need to calm down. Now, of course, beating up on fodder isn't that impressive. I mean, if you're the strongest, that's what you should be doing. So let's take a look at some of his battle with.
That kind of stuff was so good. Actually, I've never been scared of clowns. That episode actually kind of like made me a little scared.
His more known foes, like Kevin, for example. It did start off rough against Kevin, as Kevin was one of the first antagonists to really hand Ben that belt, as a lot of their fights were evenly matched. Ben did have a few moments that I know put fear into Kevin, like his clutch time takedown in their first encounter with forearms, and in their second encounter when he hit Diamond Head Kevin with the Bane back-breaking signature. Like, that's the type of shit that keeps you up at night. But once Ben got some true time with the Omnitrix, he started widening the gap between him and Kevin. Kevin had been trapped and ready to end his life in the episode grudge match until Ben realized he had an ace up his sleeve.
I'm sure he's gonna talk about it. Then my favorite episode is easy when Vilgax and Kevin jumped them at the same time. That's insane. That's like ultimate Spider-Man levels of getting jumped. You know, when his last stand, like all his previous foes jumped.
An alien Kevin had never seen. Cannonball had Kevin looking silly, punching the air, raging like he saw his teammate Encelot Black Widow. Meanwhile, Ben's over here bouncing all over the place, having a ball, putting Kevin through hell. In his first fight against Kevin in Alien Force, Kevin literally put his entire fist through Ben's chest, but Ben realized that Swanfire is goated as fuck, damn near invincible. So he tanks Kevin's hit before scrambling his brains and swatting him like a damn fly. Then you got their next.
He wasn't even just like, it wasn't just regeneration or fire attacks. He was just dumb strong.
Which everyone loves talking about, the fight Ultimate Echo versus Ultimate Kevin. But people barely acknowledge the fact that it's kind of not even a fight. Kevin gets like 2 good blows in, but for the most part, it's just Echo using Kevin as a punching bag. The most damage Kevin does to
Echo. This sucker is like a little tiny minion that jumps up. That Echo. That's all he could do with Shadow Clones. That's all he was. Good Ultimate Echo just on demon time.
With his words, and it just shows that when Ben stops messing around and locks in, he's above a lot of his opponents, even at their strongest. Him and Gwen literally got into a fight before he fought Kevin, and Ben tries his hardest to dip out on Gwen until she just kept provoking bro, and he just upwaved it on her and knocks her clean out. Like, my nigga, that's your own blood. Like, calm down, buddy. We know you gotta calm down. Now, I would make a joke about, he doesn't go this hard against Vilgax, but to be honest, I think Vilgax probably has gotten it the worst from Ben. Similar to Kevin, Vilgax was one of the first villains to absolutely put the brakes on Ben, but far worse. However, you gotta give Ben his praise, as he was not ducking Vilgax at all in secret. Even after he tossed Accelerate by his tail and put full-on cracks in the Diamond Head, Ben was not ducking the smoke at all. Like, if anyone else had that done to them, you would understand if they were hesitant to confront them again, especially if said villain who did that to you pulled up with your second top op. When Kevin and Vilgax came back to team up against Ben, it had me fearing for his life, because
the thing is, they had to have 2 of his biggest ops jump him at that point. He could fast, he could switch to any of his aliens at will. That was one of the most broken abilities you could get Ben.
He wasn't gonna dirk that phase.
He was transforming the whole day to me as well.
He had access to master control.
It really is just a better version of Pokemon, isn't it?
Extremely different to take on your 2 strongest enemies. One of them being the most feared man in the galaxy and handing them straight belts. Vilgax got the upper hand on him in this episode, but then Ben breaks out of Vilgax's grab and decides to hit Kevin with a Diamond Head 2-piece nugget to start off this 1v2. Ben is reverse jumping the 2 characters who did him the worst.
Crazy twigs. I will say Ben was still in blast this episode. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do not mind some crazy on my own, but let's keep it a stack here. They were cooking him the whole time.
He's also doing all this while trying to save Gwen and Max, which he successfully does. Then Max tries to tell Ben he can't beat both of them, and Ben's like, nigga, do you not know who I am? And Loki proceeds to like kick their ass, like dive bombs them as Cannonball, and like even when he stupidly gets sucked
wow, this place is insane. I get it. 그럼 보시죠, agenda. Ben was getting cooked.
Like, your ego got the best.
Look at this. That's this is like his winning.
In control of the situation. When he was leaving, he was really good. That iconic scene of him entering the flow state.
Here we go.
Change it to evade Vilgax along with a bunch of gnome guardians.
Cool.
From this point forward, Ben kind of just got used to disrespecting Vilgax.
I mean, he got so bad that he was like, boo. You can actually chat about not getting copyrighted. What a fraudulent YouTuber. Boo.
Pulling him in his own dreams. I know this really doesn't count as Ben's dream, but I mean, Ben winding him up and sending him up to blow with his shit.
I do not remember all this. What the fuck?
He thought he had the chance to kill.
Was that the second time he wanted that? Was that? I remember the ship. Him being inside the ship. But I don't remember that fight. The fuck?
Being revived. However, all it took was for future Ben to go human and start toying with him like
this one was so cool.
Ben 10K is out here treating his arch nemesis like he's a child in his human form. The disrespect, however, definitely peaked when Ben and Vilgax squared off for the first time in Alien Force. During this
this fight, this is the fight, but this is the fight with Diamond Head just comes in. Cooks
I mean, if he didn't, it would have been kind of embarrassing since he defeated 10 champions for the power to test Ben. Like, you better not get swept, buddy. But once Vilgax destroyed Chrome Chroma Stone forcing Ben to turn into Diamond Head, he
bro,
basically sealed his fate. As this is where Ben
this
proceeded
fight
to put
was
Bill Gates
insane.
in a
I don't get it. How the toy made it just cooked Bill Gates.
Ben
just like in the shoot rocks. I mean, hard rocks. That's it. That's like the strongest alien or strongest conqueror on the planet. And fucking Diamond just cooks him. He chilled straight. Look at him. He has a black eye. How's he have a black eye? He's green. He just has strong roots. How did Diamond cook Bill Gates? That battle is insane. The upscaling of gods Yuji from Modern should learn from this. This is insane.
Diamond Head that he just started trying shit. Like, since when can you throw giant crystals at people, buddy?
That game I had in Boston, game 6, down 3-2, got to a point where I was just out there trying shit. One leg off the wrong foot, bump fades off my right shoulder. I'm not even a right shoulder bump fade guy.
The only thing Bill Gates had to do in this fight was admit his own defeat.
Diamond Head does have water. Diamond Head has like encore. Wasn't there another Diamond Head person that like skates?
And this battle for Bill Gates
and he
started
gave
a
this skate to
sad
Ben
trend
as well.
for him in Alien Force Season 3.
This
His fall-off in characterization wasn't enough. Ben just had to make sure he felt how hard he was washed. I mean, he kicked his ass in the opener, but then you fast
a giant alien there, like a squid alien.
The episode Primus, where Ben just embarrassing Bill Gates again, hitting bro with a "stop hitting yourself" joke. To make things worse, though, he then throws him in his face again.
Oh, you should that. I was talking about that, but he tossed Bill Gates.
For real, was
insane, bro.
Hell, Bill Gates at one point even asked Ben for his help. The most feared tyrant in the galaxy has come to ask Ben, his arch.
To be fair, Bill Gates is the villain that makes him like give up as much. Like, I know he gets cooked a lot, but Bill Gates
went from swearing to kill him to like, please Ben, I need this. If that doesn't show you how hard Ben shifted the dynamic of power in this series, then I don't know what will. You really started to see why everyone started throwing Ben's name as the strongest of all time talk.
Oh my god, this arc was so fun. You had to go around collecting these aliens. Like, see, it's just like cool Pokemon.
Aliens bring out Ben's unfuckwittable personality. Classic series forearms being the first, for example. Well, that same personality is shown to be present in many other aliens. Take a look at Swampfire, for example. I mean, he climbs out of being sucked out of the no void and then takes down many with one attack and demands they stop fighting and talk, which Helen quickly
Ultimate Swampfire was kind of lame though. I didn't like the line.
Just that simple display of dominance dissolved this entire situation. I mean, he has another similar moment where he walked through iron bars and decided to
what are we talking about here? You made us like plants and grass. What the fuck?
7-7. Oh, what the
He was, yeah, his design was really cool.
Nonchalant shop. One single punch and it has 7-7 crying and running. But it doesn't just stop at Swampfire though, as more aliens bring out this personality in Ben, such as Chroma Stone when he went against Cash. He took an entire laser straight to the chest and didn't even dare to break his superhero pose. Even after he got tossed into a truck, he shrugged it all off and gave Cash that finger wag, and when a character hits that on you, you just know you're finished. Chroma Stone's whole energy here just screams, I ain't worried about you, little bro. And it's completely justified. I mean,
to be fair, if my ultimate form is Diamond Head, I wouldn't be worried either.
That's the next evolution without even throwing a punch. Now, I've been hopping around to
oh my days, I don't even need to mention him. I forgot about. To be fair, I was everyone scared is just like power scaling son's wet dream. It doesn't have any personality, any like cool abilities. It's just like, yeah, I'm strong, fuck you, die. It's essentially hacks reincarnated. That's why I never really liked them, but I guess he's cool.
Truly that guy. But if you ever want a full episode of him, look no further than the episode Above and Beyond.
He's like
this episode is notorious to fans because it's the episode where Ben pretends to be evil as a test
I was not scared of Ben the whole episode. I was like, oh, okay, these guys are the bad guys now. I mean, kind of odd.
It gives the most real-ass reaction to the situation.
Who needs help? It's 4 against 1.
It's 4 against Ben.
They are terrified of getting reverse jump. Instead, Ben just happens to attack them one-on-one. This entire episode is just an excuse for the team to glaze
oh my god, bro, this was his
Wolverine. Your lone thought here is using his Sasuke voice along with dropping cliche villain down.
That's something I really like. Whenever like an alien, because of different genetics, would like change Ben's personality, or like I would say amplify his personality. So like,
you can run, but you can't hide.
But the best part is how they gave this episode the vibe of a horror movie. From the score, you hear and Ben literally jump scaring Alan. The funniest jump scare though is when he does the FNAF 2 Foxy impression on Pierce. Ben's approach to this entire situation shows you that he knows he leaps above the plumber's helpers. So he chooses to have fun with this entire training exercise. Yet
like
even so,
trainees,
he
really.
doesn't
Of
take
course
it
he's
easy
strong.
on them, especially on Manny. These two get into a cage
Yeah,
match
he
of
does
sorts,
deserve
but
it.
instead of transforming immediately
he
like
doesn't
he
even
does
try
against
that
some
was-
other helpers,
this
he
is
decides
crazy
to play
graceful.
around
No
with Manny
way.
in his human form. And might I remind you, Manny is a Tetraman, one of the strongest species in the Ben 10
This
universe.
is
The
ain't
disrespect
no
doesn't
human
stop
doing
there,
all
though,
that,
because it
bro.
gets a
What
lot
in
worse
that
when
matter
Ben
is going
decides
on?
to go
Yeah,
rad
that's
and
fine,
proceeds
yeah.
to put Manny in a
Straight
domain
hands,
expansion of apoplexy and wrestling. Ben hits Manny with a
That's a
50-foot
good
power
name,
drive
what a
that
name.
gets him put into a high-speed armbar, all finished off
Steve
by a
Ross,
leg
this
spike
one
off
was
the
talking
mat.
about. God damn.
Shit gets even funnier at the end of the
Yeah, bro,
episode where
retired.
Ben just goes full kaiju monster as
Whoa.
humongous
Yo,
sword,
you
just deciding to
kaiju?
completely
Wow,
fuck
man,
up
this
the
is
base
so
just because
cool.
he can. The helpers do end up sending him out into outer space though, that he just,
That
casually
was
comes
insane.
back from when Max decides to end their training
How the
experiment.
fuck
All this
did that
shit
guy?
happens
That's
in like
crazy,
a
though.
22-minute episode, and it's like one of the most fun episodes in the show.
Yeah,
In fact, it kind of
watched
makes me
this
sad that
recently.
Omniverse does
There it
this
is.
episode,
This one,
and it's like
I
one of the
do not
most
remember the
fun
name of this one, but this guy got
episodes
crazy
in the
grace.
show. In fact,
What was
it
his
kind of
name
makes
again?
me sad that Omniverse doesn't do anything similar, or even continue to let Ben flex his own power
No,
in
he
certain
does.
situations. I mean, it does happen to
No, it does. What do you mean he doesn't? This anytime this monster, this alien came into screen, he was just war farming. Literally every single time. I remember thinking like, wow, who the fuck is this guy? Did I miss an episode on original Battle or something? Anytime he was on the screen, he was looking the enemies. It was
sad that Omniverse
insane.
doesn't do anything
What's his
similar,
name?
or even continue to let Ben flex his own power in certain situations.
No, he was flexing
it
every
does
time he
happen a
showed
few
up.
times, like Ben saying fucking and using Alien
Yeah.
X against the Rooters. In that dope ass brainstorm scene, where we see him plan out his attack plan against the bootleg evil Avengers. These scenes are like two sides of the same coin. With Ben using Alien X versus the Rooters, it's him showing that he doesn't really have to deal with like the back and forth of these battles. And he can take control of shit
There's no
whenever
need.
he wants. The only thing preventing him from doing so is really just his morals of not abusing the power of Alien X. But when he uses it, oh boy.
No. It's because he has to have a whole studio debate with two of the most problematic and annoying couples on the
Bro
planet
turns into
couple on the
Alien
planet.
X and Gwen and Rook immediately duck for cover like they're retreating from an atomic bomb was just set off.
Sounds like a war zone. Ben has control of Alien X.
Offer Ben just
I
to
do
treat
not
this
remember that episode.
entire encounter
Yeah,
like
that-
it's an RPG game and have the Rooters attack each other like it's a game of Pokemon. The brainstorm scene though might beat this scene out when it comes to pure disrespect. Contrasting the Alien X scene, this moment shows that while
I
Ben
know
has
that.
tons
I
of
know
powerful
that. Oh, I'll
transformation,
give him a little
he
flashback.
doesn't even really have
Oh,
to
I'll
use
give
his
you
strong guns
nostalgia.
to handle some
Oh,
of his
good.
foes. He tells the bootleg Avengers basically verbatim that any of his aliens are strong enough to outmatch them combined. And
No, fuck no. Especially this version of Ben, he has way too many aliens. Isn't there like just no blob? Like a very ugly, tiny person who just eats stuff a lot?
he backs his
Yeah, no.
shit talking
Absolutely
up.
not.
As
That's the
Brainstorm,
talking shit
Ben
out.
analyzes his surroundings and uses his knowledge to
I
form
remember
an
these guys.
entire plan of attack that, would you know what, lands up with that 100% success rate.
That's
He
just
takes
cool,
out 3 decently
I just
strong
wish the alien was a
street-tier
little
characters
cooler looking.
without breaking a sweat, literally using everything to his advantage, even a damn apple core to take out Kangaroo Commando. It just shows that he has mastered the art of reverse jumping. That scene is arguably the hardest in the later half of Omniverse, and definitely one of the coolest moments on Alien
no.
whose ideal usage
No,
is even
crazy
before
grace,
combat. Further
no.
showing that when Ben locks in, there's virtually no one who can match up to him no matter what alien he decides to use. Unfortunately, those are the only examples I can think of for
this one.
Omniverse, at least off the top of my
I've only
head,
seen
which
clips of
sucks
this one.
because
I haven't seen it
Omniverse
the
is
whole
when
thing.
Ben is probably at his most braggadocious. And these moments of
Yeah.
dominance over his opponents is what gives that braggadocious part of his personality real weight. Because to be honest, Ben isn't as flashy in battle as someone like Goku. I mean, you don't see him standing on a
Yeah.
nigga head mid-battle, nor is he as
Yeah.
relentlessly imposing as Superman when he's battling someone like Darkseid. Ben, however, is the type
The
of character
thing
who
with Ben is, it's dependent on the alien he gets. If he gets his favorite ones, he will go up on you. But again, he has
which
to
is something he
rely on
does
luck.
religiously. He always talks about how he saved the universe and brags about how he's defeated some of
What?
the most dangerous people in the galaxy. And like,
So if my best first acted regret, sorry for pausing again, but 10% they kind of like, it was kind of all over the place, because at the start of the new, when he kind of grew older from the original show to when he was a teenager now, he became way more mature. He was kind of like, okay, now I'm serious. Then the next season of that, again, he became immature, and then it kind of carried on from mature.
yeah,
It was all over
there's
the
a moment
place.
where he lists off all the times he's beating Bilgak straight to his face. And while it becomes one of the most annoying character
Yeah.
traits for him, you can't say the kid isn't speaking facts. And in the same way that I found it annoying, I also kind of find it cool as hell. People who fight Ben probably take a harder hit mentally than they do physically, because you got to deal with this snarky ass, cocky ass kid dusting your ass, and then it being added to his stacked legacy. And I feel like that's such an underrated component of Ben's character. When Ben remembers,
this Ben, I did realize that possible. I
he's a legend, like legitimately, and is as strong as A1 claims he is. That boy will either subject you to like one-on-one ass beating, or anything as an ultimate so maybe. That's just like a bigger, that's just from the with there being so many disrespectful moments in Ben 10, a lot of them from Ben himself. I would love to hear which one is your guys' favorite down in the comments below. But that'll do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. Remember to hype it if you're on mobile, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm trying to push.
My zero family is definitely this fight. Yeah, Diamond head against Vilgax. That was just insane. I don't know how the fuck he got that strong, but he cooked him. That was really fun. Quick comments in my video. Your favorite alien? I just want to know that mostly, because mine was definitely Heat Blast at Accelerate. Or actually no, Upgrade. I'm gonna change my favorite from Heat Blast to Upgrade. Upgrade was really fun. And appreciate the much like Till next time. Lighting out.